Some dark skies up there. And at the front I've had to do things slightly differently. Good morning! Morning! I'm Alan. I own a 45-foot narrowboat, have an interest in industrial heritage, transport and technology, and invite you to join me as I cruise, repair and maintain my boat, and visit events and places of historic interest. I'm just doing some of the prep work, ready to go out on the boat. Various things have to be done. I'm just going to the bin to get rid of my rubbish. I'm now taking my cassette toilet waste tank to the L-sand point as it needs emptying. Next thing is to fill up my water tank. I'm just going to the front of the boat to untie the mooring line. It is rather windy, so I'm hoping I won't have any trouble backing out. Some dark skies up there, and rain is expected later, unfortunately. The boat is beginning to turn. Here we go. Through the Amazon again. Always think of Humphrey Bogart when I come through here. Here we go, heading for the exit, or the entrance when I come in. I've got my chin strap on, but it's very windy. Feels as though the hat wants to part company with me. It's funny, the wind has suddenly stopped. Unbelievable. We always say it's very windy when you go into Yelvertoft. And just as I was exiting, the wind just seemed to stop. Let's make sure it's all clear. I should have gone a little bit further forward before I made my turn to account for the wind, but it was all right in the end. Slow down for this moored boat. It's strange looking ahead through the bridge. I can see no boats. There have been quite a number of boats moored here before the Creek Boat Show. They stayed on for a little while afterwards, but now they've all gone. I'm sure some of you will have noticed that I've got a new hat. I bought it at the Creek Boat Show. The hat I usually wear, namely this one, was getting a bit rough around the edges. I didn't like it. Also, the chin strap was very well worn and bits were flaking off it. I actually bought some new chin strap material, but it was much thinner than I thought it would be. So what I've done is I've decided to buy a new hat, and the idea was to buy the same hat as this. This is normally available at the boat show, but both the main places that sell this particular hat didn't have it, so I had to choose something other than one of these. So this is the hat I've chosen. This is a very nice fit on the head, very nice fit indeed. Oops. Some of the hats were a bit hard. When you put them on, they just felt hard, they didn't feel right. But this had the same sort of comfort level as this one. This hat was also a bit squashed. It had sort of lost its shape, and it was getting these rough bits on here. I just wanted a new hat. Simple as that. Anyway, I hope you like my new hat. I'm quite pleased with it. Hello. It's lovely now. The forecast has changed to rain this afternoon. Can't believe it. I've been watching it all week. And you. Hello. Hello. Just going under Bridge 19, Skew Bridge. I wonder how many times I've been beneath this now. Hello. Taking it easy past the moored boats. There's a dog here worrying the sheep. Worrying the ducks. Hiya. Just passing one of the new electrical poles. In the past few weeks, the National Grid have been rerouting some of their cables, which has involved cutting down some trees, erecting new posts, and that work is ongoing. They've been doing this a little while now. Oxford Canal Company. As you saw fairly recently, I have started doing some painting on the boat. I started with the area under the cratch cover. So you saw me deal with that, and I've been doing other things as well. I haven't actually explained why I took the canopy off, and the dodger as well. That's the part that wraps around the back of the boat. I decided that I should waterproof it. I've never done it before, and I thought, well, I've had the boat for over 7 years, and it looked as though it might need some treatment. First of all, I had given it a thorough washing down, both the outside and the inside. And I also washed the sides that hook on to the sides of the canopy. Once I'd laid the canopy out over the table, I then washed the dodger. I was waiting for the canopy to dry, basically. It was a nice sunny day, and it dried fairly quickly because obviously I couldn't apply the treatment if the canopy was damp. I had purchased a waterproof treatment at the Crick Boat Show. I sprayed it using an old spray bottle. I only treated the main part of the canopy, not the sides. They're still to be done, and I do have some treatment left over, so I'm pleased about that. Coming up to Bridge 20. I haven't actually told you where I'm going, but I will give you one guess. I'm going to the straight beyond Bridge 22. I like it there, and I think it's a good place to stop and do some tinkering decoration wise with the boat. So I'm coming out for a few days. That's the plan. I'm not sure if I said that today is meant to be dry, but just as I was leaving, I checked the weather forecast, and it's now been decided it's going to rain this afternoon. So I've been looking at the forecast all week, and it was going to be dry today, mainly dry tomorrow, and then some rain expected on Tuesday. Getting windy again now. There's a boat coming towards me. Trying to give it a wide berth because of the wind. So there's actually quite a few boats along here. Hadn't really expected that today. Should I get myself a kayak? I see them on quite a few boats. It's not really my thing, so it's probably best that I don't. It's certainly very cloudy. There are some blue skies up there though. I'm passing a line of moored boats and keeping well away. Don't want to go too far over in case it's shallow and I get caught. Shame about the rain this afternoon. I wonder how bad it will actually be. Under Bridge 22 now. Gave me a shock. It was a car going over the bridge. Oh, it's blowing through here. Really blowing. My plan this afternoon is to watch the F1, so it's important that I moor up shortly to get myself sorted. Hello. It's looking like my position at the far end of the row is going to be available. Just nipped out to get my gloves. One of the reasons I wear gloves is that when you're dealing with the edge of the towpath, there can be stinging nettles, and I'd rather avoid that if I can. The edge is looking a bit overgrown ahead. I've got my shears with me if I need to do anything. It's just where I step off the boat normally. The wooden edging on the armco is badly damaged here, and I have to place the boat across the gap. Nearly time to jump. Here I go. Just gently taking the boat forward. It is very overgrown here now. Just getting these ready. We get tangled up, unfortunately. Get one here. The boat has drifted too far forward. I just need to put it back a bit. I put it here. This is for the centre line. And the boat drifted forward without me realising it. It does show how windy it is. Let's turn the engine off. It's taken about 10-15 minutes to moor up. I just wasn't expecting it to be as windy as it is. I'm further back than usual, so I've had to find some new places to put the mooring rings into. and that took me a while because of the nature of the Armco. But it's done now. Not the best job I've done, but let's hope it will suit me for a day or two. This is the centre line we're coming up to. And at the front I've had to do things slightly differently. The angle on the mooring line is very different to usual. The reason for that is I couldn't find anywhere along here to put the ring through. So this is where I'm at. Been here many times before. There's not been any rain yet. It is due to come fairly shortly, I would have thought. But it does seem to be brightening up a little bit. The rain didn't come yesterday afternoon, just a few spots. But about 9:30 in the evening it rained quite heavily, but it only lasted about 5 minutes. So the weather forecast was very wrong, which is really annoying. But anyway, no harm done. Today I'm going to start some preparation work on the boat for painting. Going to do some bits around the back. I've mentioned before how dangerous bits of Armco sticking up through the towpath can be. There's another one here. Look at that. The plan today is to do some work around the back here. I'm going to take the dodger off, that's this bit that wraps around, rub these down and spruce them up basically. Hello, just heard from your colleague you're going up to Foxton.
Apparently so, yes.
Yeah, enjoy. I'm just about ready now to do some rubbing down. It's not a task I look forward to, I have to say, but it needs to be done.
Hello, Alan.
Hello, how are you?
Wait again.
You're back. Hello, how are you?
Good morning.
Morning.
Just heading back to Creek Marina, mate.
Are you? You got a problem or what?
No. Gonna catch up with washing, and then we're heading down to South Oxford, heading back down to the Thames.
Oh yeah, I realise that. I came out yesterday afternoon with an intention to do some painting and that today. It was really lovely to see the Chuggerbug crew come past, Gary, Nikki and the children. We had hoped to meet up after the boat show, but it just didn't prove possible. I wish them well with their onward travels.
No, I've got it. Take care now.
Cheers, all the best, take care on your travels.
Take care.
That's the start made to the painting. I'm not going to fuss too much with it. The next coat will be the Oxford blue. I'll put that straight over the top. Where the seating is, these areas won't be seen because the paddy covers will be on them. Hello. I'm going to let this dry for now, and then later this afternoon, when the sun is going down, I will start with the blue paint. Shouldn't take me long to do what I need to do. I did say I was going to carry on with the painting later in the day, but it's one of those days where it gets warmer as the day goes along. So I've decided to carry on with the painting now. The steel isn't that hot, and because of that I think it's a good time to crack on. So that's what I'm going to do. I've just finished. I've been painting for at least 2.5 hours and up to 3 hours without a break or a drink. It's been quite hard going. Painting tubular items is not that easy. Can't really see what you're doing. The gloss paint and the sun makes it difficult to see where you've been. I should say that very often if I'm doing a pucker job where I have used the red oxide primer, I would tend to rub it down before painting over it. I haven't done any of that on this occasion. Where I've been painting, I'm not looking for a pristine finish. If I was doing the sides of the boat, it would be very different. I'd be using the primer and rubbing down and painting and rubbing down and painting, because that's the way to build up a good finish. The sun has moved round now. It's sort of over there. It's been behind me all day. It's come around the boat. Fortunately, I could see it, but it's sheltered by the trees. It's been a long day. I'm pleased with what I've achieved. It was my intention when I came out to actually deal with the handrails. But the other day when I took the canopy off and the dodger, I realised it might be a good idea to start here instead of with the handrails. They still need to be done. You can probably see I'm trying to avoid doing the sides yet a while. So I'm tinkering around the edges. That's what I'm doing. I am tired. I don't know if that's hard work or age. I keep hearing a boat and I look and there isn't one there. But to be honest with you, it's been extremely busy with boats. I would say at least 25, possibly up to 30 boat movements past me today in both directions. It's been a very busy day. I'm going to leave it here for now. I hope I've thought of everything. So I'll catch up with you another time. This is on its way to the Inland Waterways Festival at Foxton Locks, commemorating the 75th anniversary of the first festival and rally of boats held at Union Wharf, Market Harborough in 1950. It rained overnight, it's wet and damp, doesn't look to be improving, raining occasionally, and then suddenly this. It's only about 15 minutes since I last spoke to you, and you can see everything is brightening up. There are a few spots of rain still, but it's certainly much better than it was earlier. I was actually thinking of painting the deck boards today, but given how wet everything is, I think that's going to be unlikely. This morning, after the rain had stopped, I stacked the seat squabs onto the roof of the boat to allow the deck boards to dry out. And I must say they dried out pretty quickly. I've left them a couple of hours now, but I'm going to push on and paint them. It's time they were done. That's the first board done and back in its place. You might think it's easier to use a roller rather than a paintbrush, but brushing is very quick, and because of the stippled effect, it's easy to brush into it. Hello. Some interesting boats are passing. The one before that was a chandlery boat. And I said to the chap, I haven't seen you around here before. And he's making his way up to Foxton for the Market Harbour 75 celebrations. I think these deck boards are one of the easiest things to paint on the boat. I'm very nearly finished now, so I'll catch up with you a bit later. That's another good job done. One thing I like about doing it is there's not a lot of preparation needed. Basically, as long as the boards are dry, I just crack on and paint them. They can't really be cleaned. They've got this stippled effect. They're trodden on every day, so they're very hard wearing. It's quite windy at the moment, but I've got on well. Fortunately, I haven't had lots of bits blowing onto the paintwork, either yesterday or today, so that's been very good indeed. I'm going to leave this episode here for now. I hope you've enjoyed watching. As usual, look after yourselves, your friends and families. Take the utmost care in whatever you're doing. Bye for now. Bye everyone. Take care.